Hey everyone, Jonathan Bailor back with Nell Stephenson of Paleoista. Nell, we are in our workout garb.
Yes.
And you'll notice that Nell is equipped to run, it seems.
I am.
And I am equipped to weight train. So let's talk a little bit about those different approaches, shall we? So what motivates you to run now?
Gosh, I can't even begin to start. For me, running is my panacea. It's mind in motion, it's meditation in motion, it's therapeutic, it's such an easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. Any of us can do it anywhere. We don't need any gear. Shoes are nice.
Yeah.
But it's just the most natural thing we can do as humans, running and walking, I think. And it's a great form of exercise for our cardiovascular health. It's good for our bones. So I think it's actually a good approach to have cardiovascular and strength training. Mm-hmm. And what type? When a client asks me what's the best type of exercise, the answer is the one you'll do. So if you love the gym, hit the gym. If you love TRX, if you love high intensity training, if you love body weight only exercise, the more variety the better, because ultimately your mind has to be engaged first, and then your body will do whatever it tells you.
I think the key thing, if you can hear what I'm saying over that motorcycle in the background, the key thing that, and Nell, you hit on, which I think is so important, is you said the most effective form of exercise is one that you'll actually do.
Yes.
And that's, I think, sometimes my message is one of, if you don't like exercise, and you're literally not going to exercise except for like I will exercise if it's for this finite amount of time, and it's because it's almost like a medicine. Like I take it because it's good for me.
Yeah.
But the key thing to keep in mind is, like, if you're someone like Nell who loves running or loves these, if you love it and it brings you joy, then of course do it.
Exactly.
However, if you're someone who doesn't like it, don't feel like you have to do that because that's either what everyone else does.
You have to choose the thing that you like. Yeah. This is the perfect example that I give. We've all seen people at the gym that have this miserable look on their face.
Yes.
They hate the treadmill, or they hate the elliptical trainer, or they hate being inside, yet they force themselves to do it. It becomes a punitive measure because their doctor said, you're overweight, you need to lose weight, or you're going to have to start taking medication of some sort. Okay, fine. So they join the gym, they force it, it's punitive, they hate it.
Yep.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Put it this way, nobody has a load of free time right now. So in that precious amount of free time you have, why wouldn't you want to do something fun? Look at children on a playground. They're screaming, they're running, they're having fun. That's how exercise should be. It should be play. So if you're trying to force yourself to do something that doesn't feel that way, you need to find something else. Ask yourself what you want to do, and that's what you should be doing for fun.
And the key thing to keep in mind is also to maximize cost benefit. Like if you enjoy running, then you're doing that not only because it's good for you, but also at the end of the day, I mean, it looks like for you, even if it wasn't good for you, you'd probably still do it because it's just so enjoyable for you.
I love it. It's
right?
it's the best way to clear your head. And you start your day off with a run. You might be mulling over some things about a problem at work or a relationship problem or anything, and being in a run and just really not zoning out but zoning in to what's going on. I have never gone for a run and not felt better after I've come back. People make that joke about there's no such thing as a bad piece of pizza. Well, I actually am not a fan of pizza, but with running, you're always going to feel better. The problem is still going to be there, so I'm not saying it's just you zone out and try to distance yourself.
It's like a meditation for you.
It's totally meditative.
And the reason I wanted to celebrate this is because I love traffic. The reason I wanted to celebrate this was because anyone who's familiar with my work knows that I personally disdain running. I don't disdain people who like running, and that's the key though, is that I not only do I not like running, but I can't run due to injuries I've incurred in the past. And what I find so encouraging about exercise is there's such a diversity of options out there. Like strength training for me has not only been a profoundly stress relieving, but also this is going to sound funny given my job, but I don't like exercising. Like I like sitting at my desk and doing work, and I like reading. So anything that takes me away from those things, I'm not a huge fan of. So I love doing what I call eccentric, or really high intensity strength training, or really high intensity low impact cardiovascular exercise, such as sprinting for intervals on a bicycle with really high resistance, because one, that helps me to achieve my goals. It works within my lifestyle and works within my physical constraints. So it sounds like what we're saying here is that the human body is intended to move.
Right, exactly.
So
we're animals.
And you should move. And that, to me, also, now I'm curious what you think about this. There's what you do, triathlons. Like that is exceptional, and it's exercise. And when I do my eccentric training, or I do high intensity interval training, that's definitely exercise. Like that's good. We all need to do that. We also just need to move. We need to walk. We need to play with our families. So when I say exercise less, I don't mean sit on the couch all day.
No.
I mean do high quality exercise,
Right.
and then move because you're a person.
And tune into your body too, and that's something that gets a lot of times confused with people that, like me, that do endurance training,
Yeah.
just going for the long run. It's all about balance.
Yes.
Tuning into your body and knowing, training progressively, keeping everything in mind, making sleep and rest and recovery a huge priority. You
Yes.
can't just run yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm trying to tell people. But building up your ability to train longer, if that's what one of your goals are,
Yep.
and tuning into your body and knowing when to back down, knowing that if you've got your throat's starting to feel scratchy or you've been really feeling under the weather a little bit, that's when it's time to take a break.
Yes.
So the message is not go hard all the time at all by a long
Yeah.
shot. It's just, again, balance. It's that same word that I use all the time, whether I'm talking about exercise or nutrition.
And just like we say for nutrition, if it makes you feel good and feel empowered, you're on the right track. And if it
Exactly.
doesn't, you should do something else. So if you try to strength train and you just don't like it, there's going to be some level of discomfort anytime you try something new.
Yeah.
So work through that. But then, like Nell said, if all I thought I could do was run and all Nell thought she could do was strength train, both of us would not be as fit nor as happy as we are
Be
today.
enjoying what we would do.
So find that thing that works for you, and make sure it's safe too, because there's a lot of these things out there today, which, if not approached properly, could
totally.
cause more harm than good. Right?
Yeah, exactly. If you're interested in any kind of group activity, a perfect example is CrossFit. I've been to some really good CrossFit gyms and given lectures, and the instructors are so experienced and so educated, and they know what their clients are
Yeah.
capable of, and they push them, but within safe limits. And then I've been to other locations which I could barely watch because it was just a bad accident waiting to happen, where the instructor wasn't really qualified to be an instructor, and people were being way too competitive and swinging the kettlebells that they were beyond, too heavy
Yeah.
for them to be doing core form. Anytime you take you're swinging a movement and you're involving twisting and tweaking your spine. So the message is, if you love CrossFit, find a good CrossFit gym. If
Exactly.
you love TRX, whatever it is that you like doing, or if you want to try something new, just make sure you have a good person to instruct you.
Yeah, and it, just like everything with food, there's high quality and there's low quality.
Exactly.
There's no such thing as a form of movement that you can't get injured doing. You can hurt yourself walking.
Oh, totally.
Plenty of people do. So the key thing is not to say, well, I can't do
No.
this because I get hurt, or I can't do this. It's do whatever you're going to do that's going to make you happy, that's going to get results,
Exactly.
and do it in a safe, controlled, high-quality fashion.
Yeah, and make sure that, again, the balance of getting enough sleep. I mean, there are going to be days, maybe you have a project due at work and you're working until midnight and you were initially going to get up at 6 to run. If you've gone to bed at 1,
Yeah.
that day might be a better day to sleep in, because
Absolutely.
you can't, once in a while, okay, but if you're chronically on the road to being sleep deprived all the time, that's really bad news, and that's
Yeah.
going to sabotage your attempts to be healthy, even if you have the most perfect diet.
Well, it sounds like what you found, Nell, and what I found is a way to exercise that serves us. And what I mean by that is a lot of times, I think people who look outside themselves, so what is the right way to exercise?
Yeah, no such thing.
And they're not enjoying it, and it's actually like, oh, I have to go exercise. I've found that when you find the right exercise program for you,
Yeah.
exercise enables you.
Yeah.
It enables you to do more, not less.
No,
it's
it's
enjoyable.
energizing.
Exactly.
You
So
start
it's
the day
serving
off-
you, not you serving it.
Exactly, and if you again, there's also not any one right time to exercise.
Yep.
Everybody's different. However, statistically, if you have a tight schedule, you probably will be better off being consistent if you do it first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the best way to start your day. I mean, you've done something good for your body. Then have your healthy breakfast. Hopefully, you have your day meals planned, so you're going to have that power eating all day long. It's just the ticket to success.
I love it. I love it.